Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem HaKadosh. Double honors to your apostles and elders, great male son that rule well, and Shalom to all the brothers doing the work of concerning truth. Um, yeah, got this article on Market Watch about UBI, universal basic income. That's a general term that's used like all around the world, but they're calling it guaranteed income program. Just rebranding. But it says what? Los Angeles Guaranteed Income Program will pay 1,000 people $1,000 a month for 3 years. Here's how it works. And it's funny because this has kind of been a thing that's been it's been done. It's been done in a few places, certain spots. I think they tried it in Norway and maybe Sweden. They did it in Canada and maybe in the UK. I feel like they did it in the UK for a little bit as well. But it basically just like they'll pay a little cash money to pay a little cash money to people to kind of, and they're saying measure the benefits and see whether they're gonna go wider scale with it. That's the funny thing still. Because with okay, let me read it a bit. So it says the city of Los Angeles is starting a program that gives some residents $1,000 a month of guaranteed income for 3 years. The initiative started by LA County is called Breathe, LA County's Guaranteed Income Program, and the application window is now open. Here's what you need to know about this Guaranteed Income Program. The program, you know what? I'm curious. The sign that said how to apply. I just wanted to know. Let me see what that actual. Because I'm wondering how much. Okay, yeah. So I'm thinking financial details. That's what I was curious about. Because I was like, they must be taking certain details from it. But yeah, financial details. That makes sense. So, okay. Let me go back to what I was reading. So, it says, what do you get? The program will provide $1,000 to some LA residents every month for 3 calendar years. The money will be available through a debit card provided by the County of Los Angeles, and you do not need a bank account to participate. So, this seems like, this just seems very related to the Karugma, very related to the mark. Because with, like the UBI system is first of all, it's like you need to give your financial details anyhow. So that's kind of, and with with it being on a card, they're gonna be able to see and measure what you're purchasing. I'm pretty sure that in the like in with the agreement, whoever it shakes down to and they get it, it will likely just be a thing where they'll say it'll be a thing where they say they're going to be able to check what you're spending, what you put, how much you spend and when from this and what on and whatnot. So it's kind of a way of gathering information, on people. It's just on a small scale. And as well, it's kind of a run for like, okay, if you're going to have you're going to have these, what do you call it, people being given like rations basically, then see how they deal with it, and then they're doing it with money now. They might switch it to, because with China, this is something they did. This same thing they did with a digital yuan, where it was basically they had it. They were given, I think they were given an app. Well, it was because it was crypto. They could do it for an app and then pay through their phone using like was it WePay, Alipay. Those are like I think the two main ones in China. Um, and then they had it where you could spend it for a certain amount of time. Like you would have to spend it within a certain time frame, or it'd be gone. And it was like people were just kind of like happy to get free money, and they're happy to they were just like, oh, it's just nice, it's just like the money's just there, it's so strange, blah blah blah. But it seems similar because like just you get credit card, you got to use it for debit card. Sorry, you got to use it through that. Um, and these kind of programs, especially and if, like it's well these kind of programs is one thing, but also the times, because now is when the burn's being felt, when the hardship's being felt. That's when people are going to push more for these things, which then makes when the charagma appears, it's going to be seen as that solution, as that super. They can be looking like, damn, okay, this is going to solve all our ills. Uh, so okay, so it says it's unclear if unused money would carry over month to month. The program didn't specifically mention this, and the program representatives didn't immediately mention to respond to Market Watch's request for clarification. Yeah, so it might run the same way as with the Chinese digital ones setup, and this could even be them kind of testing a digital currency and just saying like, because you can only use it for the card. That the person doesn't have to know the specifics, and they could be messing with these systems. They could be there's things that can be happening with this that it doesn't. It's not just what it appears on the surface, and that's it shows, and that's the thing is with the times government aid that everyone they got their stim checks. They've it's basically whet the appetite with there's this what's it called a speech done by some guy who basically does like he makes money through like mobile games, and then he was kind of explaining the psychology of how you get someone to kind of break down to certain ideas. For him it was being willing to spend money, and it was just you offer. He said he made it like the first to get them kind of into the habit of spending money. You give them a like at first you just kind of give them a really good deal, really good value for money, so that they've then cracked and they've got been able to spend money on it. So then moving forward next times it's like spending more and more money. Then spending more and more money then ceases to be what do you call it, as much of as a thing for them. They'll just kind of get to the point where it's like oh well it's just a thing that we do. And it's the same with taking this thing. If you get like with the stim checks, like people got the okay, they got sent the money and they're just like, damn, I just got slammed a check and I didn't do shit. Then the ease of getting that, of being like, damn, kind of hard up, but now it's just like can kind of take it easy. Uh, hey, people latch on, and then when it comes tied to the charagma system, people will jump on. So it says who's eligible. It says 5 prerequisites. So it says you're at least 18, you live in LA County neighborhood where the medium, you live in the LA County neighborhood where the medium household income is not higher than the county's. You can check if you are here. You make less than 56 grand as a single individual and 96 grand for a family of 4. Other configurations of total people in the household can be found here. You've been negatively financially impacted by the C-19 pandemic. You're not enrolled in any other type of guaranteed income program. Yeah, it says 1,000 entrants be randomly selected. So yeah, it's well, yeah. There's people that have been shafted. They've been completely destroyed by the whole COVID situation. And then as well, there's what do you call it? There's people that are now being destroyed by like gas prices, inflation spiking, to levels of like during 2008 when everyone was getting absolutely destroyed, and food, amenities, what essentials. Because funny as well, it's like it was kind of warming up over here in the UK, but we just had a fucking cold snap out of nowhere, and yeah, cold snap is peak. It's like now everyone needs a heating back on. And it's like if it sticks around, people are gonna be feeling the fucking burn when they get their next bill. Can be feeling paying. Well, everyone I'll talk to about paying their gas and electric bills. They're lamentating because it's hell. So these things. The UBI that's basically been around for a while. It's been done in various places, and it's like small sample size to kind of just see how people are gonna kind of take it. And that's why it's like, hey, people are these things. This Esau does his research. He's basically does he checks these things out. He'll get into the psychology of how people's minds works, so he can then uh, you know come at the angle that will catch me the weakest and have the most chances of success. And that's what you see happening upon the people, man. Because with Joe Biden, he released hella barrels of oil, which may or may not have an impact upon the price that people are paying at the pumps. But there was the slow build up of where nothing was done for a while. You had it trickling up, the panic, the terror, people thinking, oh, like, damn, I got to pay like this much for the month. I ain't gonna be making no profit, and I might just be fucked. Be like, yo, I'm gonna have to charge you extra. I'm gonna charge you 1.5 times. Prices are going up in all forms of stores because everything's delivered. Hell, people are gonna be like, yo, they say, hey, you take this, you get this Karugman, you get this MOTB, then you can get a chip in you basically, then get niced up. A lot of people jump on it. So it says, why is LA County giving away money? Different types of guaranteed income programs have been around for years, with one recent example in Pittsburgh. These initiatives are put in place to examine people's spending habits and see how having a certain amount of income impacts their lives. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because it's kind of like they ain't gonna just be doing it just to do it and not check out anything. They're gonna be doing they're basically gonna be doing it with having in mind um yeah, they're basically gonna be having it you know basically recording what they spend on how, with what frequency, all these kinds of things. uh it's there's a goal in mind. It's not just to keep people at ease, and it's kind of like they'll know, okay, this is the level we kind of need people to be hitting for them to feel the allure as well with this being dashed the cash. So that says, through tracking of the debit card given to participants, researchers can study where the money goes through the 36-month program. This particular program wants to measure factors like physical health, mental health, income volatility. So yeah, that means that's what I was saying. I was like, because it's just a sign up to get in like the raffle, I'm guessing, or whatever. Yeah, it's not asking for all the details they're gonna need in the end. I was like, they're gonna be looking into way more than just like, okay, you just tick this or you just sign this or whatever. They're obviously gonna be getting into it. So it's just what they're gonna ask all kinds of questions, and they're gonna get all this info, and they're gonna have be able to build profiles on people over long term, and they're going to be kind of be tracking like, okay, this was going down on the ground. So it says physical health, mental health, income volatility, housing stability, spending, consumption, employment, education, family dynamics, and parenting. Man said fucking family dynamics and parenting. If your daughter's being a fucking strumpet around town, and you're having to fucking, go and headlock her back into the house and try and tie her up in her room, and then she jumping out the window, making a Rapunzel, you know, a Rapunzel little thing to escape, to get out. That these things, and that's what Esau's doing. He's gathering intel. He's measuring how the minds of the people are, and how he's going to be able to lay these things down. It says what I'm pairing stress and coping, hope and mattering. I'm like, bruh, man said stress and coping, hope and mattering. Like, what? You have to wonder, like, why are they all of a sudden just looking into all these kinds of things? Because why? These guys they're putting the work in. They're basically trying to confirm and secure and seal and firm getting in their new world order, man. That's the goal. That's the objective. They're looking to have it go in with as much ease as possible, have as much people as possible accept it and run with it. And then when you got the resistant elements that they kind of measure through, people going out to do different marches and whatnot, people rocking the boat, then they can be like, okay, how are we going to deal with these guys? How many percent? Is it going to be 15? Is it going to be 20? Is it going to be 5? Is it going to be 10% or whatnot? That we're going to have to be like, okay, look, these guys aren't going to comply, or we're going to have to apply a high amount of pressure or whatever. Hey, read this, because it's funny as hell. It's like you're just saying, oh, they're just giving money. Lo and behold, the word of the Lord Yahweh came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Most High Power, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God, I sit in the seat of God, in the midst of the seas, yet thou art man, and not God, though thou set thine heart as a heart of God. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. With thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. Yeah. Esau's got that. He's wiser than Daniel. He's basically he's been clued in. He knows how these things go down. He's basically been able to use his wiles to get things in his favor and keep them in his favor, look into certain things, and basically have an understanding to where he can keep things in his favor, man. But that's only to a certain extent anyhow, because it's like, what, he's been able to get his riches, been able to build himself up, but then what, by thy great wisdom and by thy traffic thou hast increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches. Therefore, yeah, that because Esau's been able to get into that position of pride, position of prominence, he's increased in pride. He's out here thinking, he ain't ever going to be taken down. He's trying to secure his rulership like it's going to last until the end of time. But it ain't going to be so. But that's why he's looking to make as many people comply and desire and yearn for, his what he hopes for in his future. He's trying to make everyone have the same, image in their mind that they're all working towards. But what, even though he's been given a wisdom, he's been given a certain amount of wisdom, it's not for the sake of this guy ruling forever. It's so he can do his job. There's certain things that he needs to set up, certain things he needs to do for the sake of prophecy. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord power, because thou hast set thine heart as a heart of God. Behold, therefore, I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords, against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness. They shall bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die the deaths of them that are slain in the midst of the seas. Wilt thou yet say before him that slayeth thee, I am God? But thou shalt be a man and no God in the hand of him that slayeth thee. Yeah? Gonna be brought back to that man level. Because that's the thing. With all this Esau's doing, he's trying to amass, enough intelligence, enough understanding, enough wisdom to where he's basically trying to operate like a god on earth. He's trying to replace the Most High and have everyone look to and worship him and hold him in the most prominent position, the highest regard. Meanwhile, okay, let me read it. Isaiah 30:1, it says, Woe to rebellious children, saith the Lord Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Yeah. They're basically, you got Jake looking at Esau, holding Esau in that prominence. All they're meditating on is how they can further, continue within the society and, and continue to prosper, and have good things happen. Meanwhile, they don't understand that, oh, just because you're running to Esau, just because you're fucking with him, you know, doesn't mean you're going to be able to escape from the curses. Even if you're ignorant of them, they're still going to chase you. I had a walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Yeah, so that's what these programs. Hey, Jake's gonna be thinking like, yo, let me do that, and I might be able to get set up. It's like, oh, if I take this, then I'm gonna take I might money able to go down to work in 3 days, and then I can start working on this side project, and then I'm looking to build up this. I want to save up this much by this time, etc. They're essentially gonna be you know, they're thinking about 10, 15, 20, 25, whatever many years within the society. They're thinking this place ain't gonna go down. That's why they're looking to integrate and with any of the ideas Esau's gonna push forth. Mainly that corona. A lot of Jake that are just gonna be simple as hell and jump on it. It says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Yeah. Gonna end up confounded, man, perplexed, all kinds of destroyed. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Shalom. Yabashim Shabashim Shalom.